I still remember the sound of my own front door locking behind me, and how strange it felt, like my house had decided it didn't recognize me anymore. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not some reckless old lady running off to Vegas. I'm a grandma who wakes up at 6, feeds the birds, and burns her toast the same way every morning. My kitchen smells like cinnamon half the year because I keep forgetting I already added it to the oatmeal. That winter, after a small slip on the icy steps, just a bruised knee, nothing dramatic, my daughter Linda and my son Mark decided I wasn't stable enough to live alone. They said it softly, like you'd tell a child there's no more candy. "Mom, it's just for a little while," Linda said, already holding my spare house keys. "A safety thing," Mark added, avoiding my eyes. Next thing I knew, I was sleeping in Linda's guest room with floral curtains that smelled like laundry soap and rules taped to the fridge. No stove when alone. Call before walks. Meds at 8 p.m. My grandkids were sweet, bless them. Little Emma would crawl into bed with me and whisper, "Grandma, your house has the best cookies." And that would break my heart just enough to smile. But what hurt most wasn't the rules, it was being talked about like I wasn't in the room. "She forgot her scarf yesterday," my daughter-in-law Rachel said one night at dinner, "and she repeats stories," Mark added. I said, "So do you, sweetheart, especially about your college football days," and everyone laughed, but nobody really heard me. So I called the only person who ever scared me in a sensible way. My old lawyer from when my Harold passed and we did the will. Mr. Thompson with eyebrows like angry caterpillars. He listened. Then he said, "Margaret, forgetting a scarf is not incompetence. Let's let a judge hear this." Court wasn't dramatic like TV. No shouting, just quiet papers and a judge who actually looked at me when I spoke. I told him about my routines. My neighbor, Mrs. Alvarez, who checks on me every evening. My church potlucks. How I balance my checkbook better than Mark ever could. The judge nodded and said, "Mrs. Collins, independence doesn't end with age." 2 weeks later, I walked back into my house with my own keys in my hand. The heater hummed, the clock ticked, and my couch still had that little dent where Harold used to nap. Linda cried. Mark apologized. We ate soup together in my kitchen like we always had on snowy days, but something had changed. They were kinder and quieter. Last Sunday, Rachel brought pie and said, "Mom, we just worry because we love you." I kissed her cheek and said, "Then worry with me, not over me." Now I'm back to feeding my birds, burning my toast, and planning Emma's birthday cookies. But yesterday I found a letter on my porch from a housing company about assisted living options, already researched. So now I'm wondering, are they really done deciding my life for me, or is this just the beginning of another fight I didn't ask for?